I want to thank my colleague for his interventions and for his speech on need to provide more support for Ukraine. And he's talking about the military aid we've provided for Ukraine, and I can tell you that when I was in Ukraine earlier this summer, that they we're very grateful for the support that Canada has given them. As Conservatives, we've been advocating for quite some time that the Government of Canada actually provides more military aid to Ukraine, including more weapons. And one of the things that we're about to be decommissioning here in Canada, and some of them have already been sent off to the scrap heap, is a number of our own older armoured vehicles. And Armtec in London, Ontario has offered to take those old vehicles, refurbish them, and send them off to Ukraine to help them win this war. We know that the M113 track LAVs that Canada has would be very welcome, as well, along with our old Bisons and Coyotes that are in the process of being retired. The old M113s that were sent from the United States and from Australia, Mr. Speaker, has actually helped liberate Kharkiv. And we know that in this fight today, that the more Ukrainians that can put in armored vehicles, the more that they can push back, the more they can win. So I'm asking this member if he would support having Armtec refurbish old, outdated LAVs that right now the Government of Canada is retiring from the Canadian Armed Forces.
The honourable member for Vaughan Woodbridge.
I thank my honourable colleague from Selkirk Interlake Eastman. I believe, and I will say this, whatever we can send in resources to the brave Ukrainian soldiers at the front lines fighting the Russian regime, that illegal invasion, we need to assist them. I'm not an expert on military equipment or supplies, but if the Canadian Defence Forces and the Minister of Defence deems that these equipment, the equipment that's been identified, would be useful and available for the Ukrainian forces, I'm a believer we need to do everything that we can to support the Ukrainian soldiers on the front lines fighting for democracy and human rights and everything we believe in as a country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.